Tonight, I invite you to journey somewhere few have ever truly imagined. So curl up tight and let your mind drift, for I am about to lead you on a voyage beneath the waves, to a city sculpted from dreams and wonders, where the world's greatest marvels blend together in a shimmering tapestry. As you close your eyes, let the rhythm of your breath become the gentle ebb and flow of the ocean's tide. You are safe, you are warm, and you are about to discover the hidden city, Creminos. Imagine waking up in a room high above the world, sunlight not from the sky but from clever lights that mimic the golden dawn creeping through your curtains. You stir, stretch, and stand before your window, expecting perhaps the familiar skyline of New York or the electric pulse of Tokyo. But what you behold surpasses anything you've ever known. Glistening towers of steel and glass, some wearing the silhouettes of ancient icons. The Eiffel Tower standing side by side with the Empire State Building, the CN Tower pointing skyward like a needle of ambition, the whimsical dancing house of Prague, and the sweeping Arc of St. Louis Gateway. In this city, every district is a tribute, every street corner a passport to another continent. But the true magic of Creminos is not in what lies below, but above. Lift your gaze and you will not see clouds, nor stars, nor sun. Instead, a translucent dome curves endlessly overhead, a shield against the churning ocean, holding back a realm where blue fades into obsidian darkness. Here, no rain ever falls. Every day is a perfect day, a climate curated by human hands. The surface world storms and seasons are left behind, replaced by the steady, comforting rhythm of simulated dawns and dusks. This is the world's first city beneath the sea. Creminos, a name borrowed from the Greek word for hidden, was born not of one nation's dream, but of the collective hope of 30. In the bold, creative surge of the 23rd century, after wars and crises had unified humanity's vision, the greatest minds gathered to build a place that would stand as a beacon of unity and innovation. And for 45 years running, it has been crowned the world's most beautiful destination, a living mosaic of civilization's finest achievements. Vast artificial farms on the city's edge feed the population, swathes of green that ripple in the glow of sun-mimicking lamps. While most food arrives by submarine from the distant lands above, the edge of Creminos is wreathed with fields that promise abundance, no matter the whims of the surface world. The city pulses with life, 30 million voices, a symphony of laughter, ambition, and hope. Among those voices is John, a man whose story is woven deep into the city's heart. Born in Creminos to parents who came chasing the promise of a new world, John grew up surrounded by legends, stories of Yellowstone's geysers, the Grand Canyon's yawning chasms, and the wild, unpredictable surface. As a child, he longed for the world above, begged his parents for a journey to distant America. But as the years passed and the city blossomed around him, his longing faded, replaced by a deep, unwavering love for the world below the waves. John's hands have known every curve and corner of this glass-encased metropolis. Since the age of 15, he has worked as a window cleaner, entrusted with the care of the very barrier that keeps the ocean at bay. Every day brought him to a new horizon. One morning scrubbing the glass above the bustling market streets of New York, the next perched high above the neon-lit avenues of tiny Tokyo, or clinging to the dome's edge where schools of herring swirl like living rainbows. For nearly 50 years, John has been the silent guardian of the city, traversing hidden alleys and grand boulevards, learning the secret language of its people. He sampled the crispy pizzas on Broadway, marveled at the dawn over Second Stockholm's snowy boulevards, and watched the artificial rain fall in Second Soul, laughter echoing as children dash for cover. He knows the best view, the warmest smiles, the quietest corners. Soon he will retire, perhaps to spend lingering afternoons on the windswept beaches of Little Lisbon, sand slipping through his fingers as he listens to the distant cry of seagulls. But before he can slip away into the golden glow of his well-earned rest, John must pass on his legacy to train the next keeper of the city's soul. On the morning that his new apprentice is to arrive, John's alarm shatters the quiet at 5 sharp. He blinks the sleep from his eyes, bones creaking like the timbers of an old ship, and shuffles to his window. Below, the bars and clubs of the Chicago district pulse with neon, spilling color into the pre-dawn gloom, while above, the dome's fans whirl to conjure up the famous winds of the Windy City itself. Every detail of Creminos is a loving echo of somewhere else, a city of cities, a world entire. John's morning is a ritual forged by countless repetitions, oats from distant Canada, milk fresh from the city's dairies, flecks of dried seaweed plucked from the city's own fisheries. He dresses in his battered denim overalls, his name stitched over his heart, and rides the elevator to the ground, stepping into the slow, awakening hush of the city. The artificial sun is beginning its climb, casting long shadows as the dome above glimmers, capturing the real sun's distant, filtered rays. Today, John's route will take him through Cape Town's bright murals, the haunting spires of Prague, and finally into the warmth of Little Lisbon. Here, the city breathes with a gentler rhythm. Cobblestone streets echo beneath whitewashed homes with terracotta crowns, and shopkeepers sweep away last night's drifting sand with broad straw brooms. The air here tastes of salt and coffee, and the early morning is painted with greetings in Portuguese as John slips into his favorite cafe. The owner greets him like family, pressing a tiny cup of espresso and buttered bread into his hands, a ritual of friendship that has bridged continents and years. As he eats, John scans the local paper. Rumors swirl of a new district to be built in the far west, perhaps Sao Paulo, maybe Mexico City, or even Buenos Aires. The city is always growing, always changing, always reaching for the next horizon. Outside, children kick a football on the sand, their laughter a reminder of John's own boyhood games in Second Rome, racing through the streets with Leonardo and Andrea, their dreams unbroken as the dome above. With breakfast done, John walks to the beach, the sand ending abruptly at the translucent wall that keeps the city safe from the endless sea. Eagles swoop and dive, snatching stray scraps, while plans are already underway to fill the city with the wild creatures of every region. For now, it is seagulls, pigeons, the scurry of small feet, but someday, perhaps, lions will prowl in New Cape Town and pandas will doze in Beijing's bamboo forests. Sitting in the sand, John wraps his arms around his knees, letting his thoughts drift as blue fish, thousands strong, glimmer overhead, their bellies sparkling in the city's artificial light. Beyond them, the coral reef bursts with impossible color. He inhales the briny air, the scent of home, and readies his tools. His first and most sacred duty: inspect the glass, that mighty shield, for even the faintest whisper of a flaw. Once in 50 years he found a tiny crack, not even through, but enough to make his heart race. The dome is 3 feet thick, a marvel of engineering, but vigilance is its guardian angel. As John scrubs the glass, a shadow falls across the sand. He turns to see a boy, 16 perhaps, with skin rich as dark chocolate and hair a riot of black curls. The boy stands tall, his nervous energy echoing John's own younger self. They shake hands. Tyre, the boy, introduces himself. John asks about school, and Tyre explains that he is homeschooled. His parents, new arrivals from Porto, Portugal, have decided he'll learn by day and study by night. John recognizes the hesitant curiosity in Tyre's eyes, the hunger for belonging and purpose. He sees not just himself, but every newcomer who has ever stepped into this underwater world, feeling both awe and uncertainty. He teaches Tyre the secrets of their craft, how to spot the faint shimmer of a flaw, how to inspect with patience, how every sweep of the squeegee is a gesture of stewardship for 30 million souls. The beach comes alive as noon nears, a babel of voices and laughter, families and couples basking in the manufactured sunlight, all safe beneath the ever-watchful dome. Tyre watches John work, eyes wide, learning not just technique but the quiet pride of doing a job essential to the city's survival. When the time comes for lunch, they eat together on a towel, sandwiches packed with care, while Tyre tells stories of Porto, of the sun setting over the Douro River, of red-tiled roofs and wine-laced nights. Uncertainty flickers in Tyre's voice. He is not sure yet if this place can ever be home. John, with a wry smile, picks up a stone and hurls it at the glass. It bounces harmlessly off, leaving not a mark. "We're safer here than anywhere on Earth," he reassures. "No storms, no lightning, just the gentle hush of the ocean's embrace." As if on cue, Tyre's mother appears, a basket in hand, her kindness radiating in every gesture. She shares fresh coffee, sardines, and bread. Like her son, she misses Porto, but her eyes light up as she describes its beauty, the bridges, the feasts, the sense of home. John listens, seeing in her the courage and hope that built Creminos. He responds in kind, painting word pictures of moonlit walks along Seoul's Han River, the taste of coffee in Paris, the awe of watching whales slip past the dome in silent majesty. After lunch, John and Tyre return to their work. The glass is their canvas, their shield, their pride. John teaches Tyre to start at the top, to let gravity be their friend, and together they tackle the day's challenges, until they encounter a visitor unlike any other. A colossal octopus, its tentacles thick as anchor ropes, lounges on the glass, gazing at them with bored, ancient eyes. Tyre jokes about chasing it away, but before they can act, the creature slips off, leaving behind a trail of shimmering slime. "Time to clean the outside," John declares, and Tyre's eyes widen in amazement. Their next adventure awaits at the submarine house, a gleaming palace of glass modeled after the Taj Mahal, where the city's lifeline to the world above is maintained. Inside, they gear up scuba suits, air tanks, the tools of underwater explorers. Through the airlock they go, and suddenly the world is silent but for their own breath, the ocean pressing in around them, infinite and mysterious. They swim through schools of fish, past coral gardens ablaze with color, cleaning the glass where the octopus left its mark. For John, this is always the best part. The weightlessness, the freedom, the sense of being an astronaut adrift in a galaxy of blue. He and Tyre drift amidst glowing fish, neon ribbons that vanish with a turn, a lazy squid, a curious turtle whose shell is painted by nature's own brush. Dolphins glide near, one nuzzling John's leg, urging him upward toward the sunlit surface. He breaks through, gasping, and all around is endless ocean, only the distant silhouette of a cargo ship to prove that the surface world endures. Down below again, they journey around the city from the outside. They pause atop the dome, gazing down at the metropolis spread out like a great wheel, a central pond, radiating boulevards, 32 districts, each a love letter to a different city of Earth. Here is the London Eye spinning gently. There the crowded temples of Beijing, the sun-bathed squares of Madrid, and the ancient grandeur of Rome's Colosseum. From this vantage, Creminos is not just a city, but the living heart of the world, a place where cultures, memories, and dreams intertwine. Tyre gazes in awe, pointing out the district where his family now lives, a cluster of white homes with red-tiled roofs, a miniature Porto beneath the waves. They visit Second Seoul, with its soaring blue towers and Han River bridges, and then pause atop the dome's very peak. Below, the city glows, a beacon in the ocean's vastness, each district alive with its own rhythm, scent, and soul. John reflects on the decades spent here, the world he has known without ever leaving. He recalls the chorus of languages on Central Park's grass, the sense of food drifting from each quarter, Montreal's poutine, Prague's pork and sauerkraut, Paris's croissants, the spices of Delhi, the garlic and gochujang of Seoul, the sweet aroma of apple pie in New York. He knows, as few do, that home is not a place, but a mosaic of people, memories, and small wonders. As the day draws to a close, John and Tyre return through the submarine house, peeling off their scuba suits and stepping once more into the familiar air of Creminos. Now you've seen the true heart of the city, John tells Tyre. What do you think? Tyre smiles, eyes shining with newfound wonder. It might just be the most beautiful city in the world, he admits, already plotting to visit every one of its districts. John nods, satisfied. He sees in Tyre the same spark that led him to wander every inch of this city, to savor every accent, every story, every sunrise. Soon, Tyre will become a familiar face in cafes from Melbourne to Madrid, picking up languages and friendships with ease. As twilight falls, Tyre says goodbye, racing back toward the beach where their journey began. John, bathed in the golden glow of artificial sunset, climbs into his pickup and drives through the city, past Manhattan's towers, through the stately avenues of London. He buys a ticket for the London Eye, rides it to the apex, and watches as the city below is bathed in a symphony of lights, shimmering like a jewel in the encircling deep. He dreams of someday seeing the surface world's wonders for himself, the real London, the real Paris, the true sunset unfiltered by glass or ocean. But for now, his heart is content. For he knows, as all dreamers do, that the world's true beauty lies not in any single place, but in the courage to build something new, to protect and cherish it, and to share its magic with those who come after. And so, as this tale of the underwater city draws to a close, let your thoughts sail across the domes and districts. Let your spirit swim with the turtles and dolphins, and know that somewhere, deep beneath the waves, a city of dreams is waiting for you, shining bright against the endless blue. Sleep well, traveler, and may your own dreams be as wondrous as Creminos.